Hello everyone, welcome to another MTGO booster draft with myself, Dennis O'Malley, writer for MTGshops.com. Here we are, Return to Ravnica 8-4, the draft portion. Let's see. Right now, our top picks, we have Launch Party, Conditional Removal Spell, Seller of Songbirds. A lot of people really like it. I really don't. I just feel like for 3 mana, even with 2 bodies, it's not as impactful as it could be. Void Wielder I'm always happy with. Nivix Guildmage, probably the lamest of the Guildmages, although I am a sucker for a loot effect. Trestle Troll doesn't win the game on its own. Gate Creeper Vine, I don't like to... I've been trying not to be greedy enough to really want Gate Creeper Vine. But I ran out of time. Void Wielder it is. Sunspire Griffin is pretty much a boss in the air. There's not much that gets by that guy. Sluiceway Scorpion is also a good option. Mana Bloom is a non-card. Centaur's Herald is a card. But looking at mediocre to mediocre, Pursuit of Flight has more implications than anything, but I'm going to go with the Sunspire Griffin here. Azorius Charm. While it's not all the way a removal spell, it is a 1-for-1 because they have to draw that card again. So you use a card to put it back on top. So it's fine. And I think that's the direction I'm going. So I think Azorius Charm is the way to go. Niv-Magus Elemental. I'm feeling that's a ticket or two. A buddy of mine just cashed in a SCG Open in Legacy with Niv-Magus Elemental Stormy. It looked like a pretty cool deck. That was Reese Gunn. But Hussar Patrol, I feel, is real important for the Azorius deck. So I think that's where I want to be. My cat Zool says hi. Yeah, Hussar Patrol it is. Rogue's Passage, I always like having one. Armory Guard, I actually like a little bit better than Hussar Patrol. But Hussar Patrol gives me more options as to when I can play him, because I can hold an inspiration or a counter spell or something. Or just even Azorius Charm. But that's a tough one. Rogue's Passage is also an option, but I would rather fill my deck out with creatures and spells first. So let's go ahead and take the Hussar Patrol. Another Sunspire Griffin, a Rune Wing. I think I'd rather have Sunspire Griffin than Rune Wing. The only thing I don't like about Sunspire Griffin is Stab Wound. Stab Wound can hit the Sunspire Griffin really easy and it doesn't die. This, however, dies to it and I draw a card. But that said, this is a better body. I can get more damage in with that. Now here we are. I used to really like Doorkeeper. Now I'm not that impressed with him. But this pack right here, I don't think I take the Crosstown Courier. Although it could work very well with the Azorius Charm. You know what, let's try it. Let's take the Crosstown Courier here. I want a 2-drop that can attack. Maybe I can pick up some Ethereal Armors or something along those lines. So now we have Eyes in the Skies and Tower Drake. With my 2 Hussar Patrols, once I'm at 4 mana, I'm going to have a lot of options, although so I think Eyes in the Skies might be the answer here. Tower Drake is also another 3 a 2-power flyer. 3 mana 2-power flyer. I think I'm just going to go with the Tower Drake here. Just kind of try to maximize that spot and just get as many relatively early flyers as possible. Here's the pack I opened originally. We have Gerard's Orders, Trestle Troll. I think I'm going to just take the Trestle Troll right now and just not worry about it. Like, none of these other cards really do anything for me or against me. Mind Rot, I guess, can hurt me pretty bad, but I'll take the Trestle Troll. Alright, now we have Bizarre Crovad or Judge's Familiar. These two are non-cards. I guess I take the Judge's Familiar. And I can't really do much with these either. So I take the Crosstown Courier. Dispel is a solid sideboard card. I only bring it in when I know that I have something for it. I'll take Destroy the Evidence, and someone else can have the Urban Burgeoning, and I get one of my own. Okay. So the deck's looking decently curved here. Chromatic Lantern, Stab Wound, Annihilating Fire, Swift Justice, Nightly Veiler, Tower Drake. Okay, somebody out there likes us. I think I have to take the Nightly Veiler. I'll be able to fill out on these guys pretty easily, so I'm not that worried about that. Swift Justice, I'm sure I'll be able to get later too. Chromatic Lantern isn't going to do much for me, and I don't think it's worth anything, so I don't really care about it. I'll let someone else go the greedy route. I'm going to take the Nightly Veiler here. Like, slapping this on a Hustle Patrol or a Void Wielder can actually really take over the board. Not to mention a little 2/2 guy. So this is the first aura I saw in the spoiler that made me go, you know, this is an aura that I can see myself actually casting, because, you know, I'm just not a fan of auras. We have Inspiration, Ethereal Armor, Void Wielder, Vassal Soul. I kind of want to take the Ethereal Armor, but Mr. Void Wielder and Mr. Vassal Soul are calling out to me a little bit. I think I'm going to take the Void Wielder here. Tristani's Judgment, Swift Justice, Sunspire Griffin. I need kind of a catch-all removal spell, and with Void Wielders and whatnot, looks like I'll be able to just bring the game to a screeching halt and cast my Tristani's Judgment, so I'm going to take it now, just in case I don't see one later. Stealer of Secrets, Avenging Arrow. I don't really care for the Guild Gate in a 2-color deck. I don't like Avenging Arrow, but it does a job. Bizarre Crovad is okay, but I don't really care for it. Let's go with the Stealer of Secrets. Maybe I can pick up one of those Ethereal Armors. Because now I'm actually going to prioritize them, because now I feel I have enough creatures to fill it out. I almost considered splashing the Pursuit of Flight here, but I think I'll just take this Interaction Injunction. Runewing, Sphere of Safety. Runewing it is. Another Runewing. Not a big fan of key runes. I'd rather just have a Runewing. I always think this is Dramatic Rescue, and it upsets me every single time. It's so disappointing to go, oh, Dramatic! Oh, Search Warrant. Doesn't do anything. I guess I'll take the cancel for the sideboard. The only reason I play counterspells in limited at all is just when, you know, if there's a card I see in game 1 that I just can't beat otherwise. Like if they have some big bomb that I just need to beat, or if, you know, they look prone to finish me with like a explosive impact outside in the Dispel or the Cancel or something. Okay, so here's the Ethereal Armor. I do have plenty of creatures, so I will take it here. Now between that and the Knightly Valor, it could actually get kind of stinky on top of my Stealer Secrets. That's what I really want to put in on, by the way. Just making him harder to... anything that makes him harder to block, that I can gain some value on, just get a card's worth of value off the aura, would make me really happy. So I'm going to kind of look to do that. Can always use a combat trick. In formats where removal is pretty few and far between, combat tricks really gain some value. This one is very minimal impact, but can also swing a race. So I think this one's really important. Not only that, but it's as cheap as they get. Crosstown Courier, I've never really picked them up before, and I'm surprised how early I actually picked those. So we're going to see how they fare in kind of a blue-white deck that actually does lean toward the aggressive direction. Most of the time, you know, it's pretty defensive. You're pretty focused on stabilizing and, you know, holding down the fort before you start beating. And this one looks like it has the ability to do both at the same time. Take the Bazaar Probot. Mind Rot. Usually at the end, I will end up taking a creature or spell or whatever's there that I'm most likely to cast, because you never know, it might come in handy, rather than, you know, the people that, like that jokester there, took the basic land over the Catacomb Slug. I don't really like doing that. I owe it to myself to give myself as many options as I can. Alright, here we go. World Spine Worm. Well, someone else is going to enjoy that. Vidugazi Guildmage. Now this is almost a card that I'd consider splashing green just to play, because this guy does some work. I like Eyes in the Skies, Frostburn Weird. This might be a place for Seller of Songbirds, because I don't really want that. I don't want 3 Void Wielders. I think that's a little bit too many. Sundering Growth is also a fine sideboard option here, but I think we're just going to go with Eyes in the Skies. Frostburn Weird is going to be a little tougher for me to cast because of the double blue. I don't like playing a lot of double blue and double white cards in the same deck. It will make my mana really awkward and kind of make things a little unreliable. So I'm just going to go with no, I need the Frostburn Weird. Let's take the Frostburn Weird. And now our wonderful blue-whiteness pays off. Skymark Rock is a lovely, rare quality creature at uncommon. Another Judge's Familiar I'm not too impressed with. Paralyzing Grasp I can get behind. Goes well with the Ethereal Armor, but what I think I'm going to do is actually take the Ethereal Armor here and try to wield a Paralyzing Grasp, because it obviously a removal spell, but if it enhances another one of my cards and gives me a little bit of synergy, I'll definitely go with that. Fencing Ace is an option, but yeah, I don't care. Concordia Pegasus, Avenging Arrow, Crosstown Courier. Hooray for the mediocre. I think I want a Concordia Pegasus here, or an Avenging Arrow, but I'm not quite sure. I've never been happy playing this card. I've never really played this card. I guess I'll take the Concordia Pegasus for now. Well, I guess for the moment. But, I already have one Dispel, I don't need another one. I'll take a Fall of the Gavel just in case I play against a really aggressive deck, and where I might need some life gain, something with a lot of red, I think. Possibly an Izzet style deck, maybe. Doorkeeper is also an option, but I feel like I'd rather just have something that can trade a card. Hustle Patrol, Izzet Charm. Man, Izzet Charm is still tempting, but I don't want to commit to splashing a third color, so I'll just take another Hustle Patrol now. Sunspire Griffin, Swift Justice. Let's take another Griffin. Eyes in the Skies, Concordia Pegasus, Doorkeeper. Let's go with Eyes in the Skies. Seller of Songbirds. I could take the Sundering Growth for a sideboard option. Let's take the Seller of Songbirds here. I don't get to play with him enough either. At this point, I think I just want to try to play as many guys as I can and throw a couple of these auras on them and go to town. A well-timed inaction injunction could mean the game for me too. Elysium Skin seems okay. Rakdos Charm, I'm not doing. Aerial Predation is pretty good against me, but I feel like I'm going to have enough volume of guys that it won't really matter what it hits. Let's take the Asperia Skywatch. Selesnya Sentry, Downsize, or Judge's Familiar. I think we take another Judge's Familiar. I've heard people make jokes that it's a one-mana Lava X, so let's put that theory to test. But either way, Fall of the Gavel, I will not play main. Well, I feel like I'm the only Azorius player at the table, to be honest. I feel like I got every card that I could have wanted, I guess. I would have liked to have seen a Dramatic Rescue or two, but the Azorius Charm's pretty good, so I'm not going to argue. Alright, so creatures. I always start with creatures first. I'll kind of Eyes in the Skies as a creature. I have 23 creatures. I could literally just play creatures and probably be fine. I'm not going to, though. It seems unwise. Alright. I feel like those are my auto-includes for the deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 drops, so I want to do 17 land, I believe. So I need to cut. Wow, that's a lot of cards I need to cut. I'm going to cut 1 Sunspire Griffin. 1 Runeling. 1 Hustle Patrol. 1 Courier. Cut the Seller of Songbirds. I don't know. want the one Skywatch because it's a beefy body in the air. Yeah, I guess I just don't play the crosstown couriers. It was a cool idea though, but I just don't think this is the place to do it. I'm also going to cut the Seller of Songbirds. Oh, I forgot about Frostburn Weird too. I'll cut a Rune Wing for the Frostburn Weird. And this looks pretty good to me. 16 creatures, 6 non-creatures. Or 16 creatures plus Eyes in the Skies, yeah. And Nightly Valor. So, I'll definitely have a board presence. Add some land. 8/8/1. No, I'm not going to play a red mana. But nice suggestion. Let's see. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Alright, so I'm going to have one more planes then. And that, I think, looks pretty good to me. Once again, I'm still on the fence about these cards here, the Seller of Songbirds and the Crosstown Couriers. But I just don't know what to do with them. Like 2/2s are fine in this format, but 2/1s don't really do anything. Seller of Songbirds, I've never seen attack an opponent, ever. I've seen the bird attack every once in a while, but a lot of times he's just a play it and chump block 2 guys instead. Concordia Pegasus, the only reason I'm really playing him is because of Ethereal Armor. A 2/4 flyer in the air with first strike is pretty formidable in almost any limited format. Even if it does cost 2 cards. I'm looking at that with the Ethereal Armor, obviously. I mean, Judge's Familiar can go to town. If I'm able to actually, if I get to a point where I can put an Ethereal Armor on him, I'm actually pretty happy. So alright, well that's the deck, and be sure to join me for round 2, or round 1.